Are y'all ready to get this show started? 3, 2, 1. Going live with the Millen Twins on the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Cerise.
And Crystal.
A.K.A. Millen Twins. So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning in to the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com. No DJ Crystal today?
DJ Crystal.
Well, it's Friday. It is not that cold in Chicago, I heard, but we're in Dubai.
We in Dubai today.
We decided to fly to Dubai. What is the air conditioning studio?
Is a little cool.
So we don't want to get cold coming to Dubai, get sick coming to Dubai, then got to fly back out to Chicago. There's going to be 20 degree weather, but we hope you all are staying warm in Chicago.
Yes. Stay warm.
We pray that you all had an amazing week. We pray that you were able to accomplish some of your goals, if not all of them. But if you didn't do so, don't worry about it. Keep going, keep pushing. And remember, only you can stop you. What's going on, Chrissy?
So for all of our listeners who keep returning every Friday, thank you. God
Thank
bless you. If this is your first time listening to the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show, let me tell you about what we are, who we are.
Tell them.
So we are some twins, right? We're identical twins. Identical means we look just alike.
We just scared one of the owners in here. I was
she
just
screamed.
Like, Wanda,
she
you know us for 2 years.
She was talking to Carice, and then I was coming around the corner, and she jumped like literally. You know how people play like you trying to be funny. No, she literally jumped. We scared the boy. We love her though. We love her to heart. She's gonna be mad at us. It's okay. It's okay. But the Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show is all about giving individuals a platform to be able to speak about their purpose, their movement, their journey, and just pretty much how they got to that point and didn't allow the obstacles, didn't allow trials and tribulations to stop them, and they just moved into their vision and into their dreams. So we love to give people a platform and just to get to meet new people. We love meeting new people. So just to get to meet new people and make connections
and letting them shine.
Because hey, God gave us all the light, so let us all shine.
Yes.
My Cash App. No.
Okay.
Not today. All right. So what's going on, Chris?
Well, we want to go ahead and give out shout outs. If you are looking to build your own body, make sure you contact Regina Sam. She has a beautiful gym out there in Indiana. Make sure you all contact her if you want a natural body, flat stomach. I'm still working 9 years.
9 years.
Baby fat. It won't go nowhere. I think God is trying to tell me something.
What is he trying to tell you?
A flat stomach is not for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everybody just look at my twin. That's how my stomach used to be. But make sure you all contact Regina Sands for BYOB. Also, if you're looking for some sweets to melt in your mouth, make sure you all contact Michelle Carmi Cake. I'm telling y'all, these sweets will melt.
They melt
donuts, all type of food. Cake, make you gain 10 pounds. Then you could go to her sister gym, which is Regina Sam's.
Sister entrepreneur.
Yes.
Seriously.
So also, if you're looking to be into being a future CNA, future nurse, make sure you all contact Miss Ebony Shanae. She has her own school in the South Suburbs. And if you're looking for a professional car service, make sure you all contact Mr. Presidential Car himself.
Yes, and we know a lot of people have been asking us who's been printing our clothing line and things of that nature.
Right.
We have S2S Custom Apparel. She designs everything. She puts it on sweaters, book bags, pencils, cups, whatever you can think of, she puts it on there. We have to support our own. So if you're looking for someone to do that, reach out to S2S Custom Apparel.
Yes.
We good?
Yep, we good.
So we have some very, very, very special VIP guests on tonight. The first beautiful lady is Miss Michelle Kennedy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a very quick music break that she can come right on this show and tell you all about who she is. So as you guys are waiting, make sure you share the video. Make sure you like the video because you don't want to miss this. 2 seconds.
2 seconds. What's up, everybody? This is your girls, Carice
and Crystal,
a.k.a. Millen Twins. So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning in to the Millen Twins
Highlights Movement
I was about
Show.
to say Educators Award.
We do so much. You don't know where we at.
It's so crazy. When you're creative, you think about all type of things
At the same time.
At the same time. So I'm thinking about what we're going to do at the Educators Award, and the Educators Award came out of my mouth. But this is the Millen Twins highlight movement show, y'all.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You good?
Because I got an idea. Remind me to tell you after the show. Okay.
So we have this beautiful lady right between us, Miss Michelle Kennedy. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm great. I'm excited. I'm just feeding off of y'all's energy. This is so much fun, and I haven't even said anything.
Yes! Mission accomplished. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We will talk to you next Friday. No, I'm joking. So we're so happy that you are here.
We are.
You are gorgeous.
Thank
you are
you.
beautiful. We've been looking at all the things that you have been doing. But before we get deep into the conversation, right? We play this game, and it's called 2020. And it's just
It's time for the 2020 with the Millen Twins. Right here on IntellectualRadio.com.
Okay, let's do it.
so it's just 20 random questions.
Okay.
Yes. And if you want to answer it, you can. If not, we can buzz it. And we got a
Okay.
new buzzer, and we like pushing this
beautiful
buzzer.
buzz.
So we want you to not answer, so we can be like,
Okay, cool.
you know,
Okay, cool.
and
I'll
it's
be
okay.
strategic about it.
Right,
Too.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. How do you describe yourself in 3 words?
Daring, sincere, fun.
If you could live in any sitcom, which would it be?
A different world.
Who do you look up to the most?
My mother.
If you had your own talk show, who would be your first 3 guests?
That's a good one.
Oprah Winfrey. All of Wu-Tang Clan. Can I just count them as one
Yes.
person?
Go ahead. Count them as one.
And my mom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
At a movie, popcorn or candy?
Popcorn.
If a movie was being made of your life and you could choose the actress to play you, who would you choose and why?
Regina King, because we're like secret twins.
You know what?
Your
You are
eyes,
right.
y'all have like the
Literally.
same
All my
eyes
life,
and
all my
everything.
life. If I
Yeah.
ever met her and we started talking, we probably would be surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. I see it.
Yeah, I
it.
see that too. Loyal friend or rich friend?
Loyal.
What is the scariest thing you have ever done for fun?
For fun.
Go skinny dipping in the Atlantic Ocean at night when I know I wasn't supposed to.
Wow, girl, I would have been scared too.
I know, right?
Wow.
Look, I would have said
Poor
my
judgment.
prayer.
Poor judgment.
Well, you here. Thank God.
Praise God,
Yes.
it worked out.
What do you find yourself doing a lot these days?
Looking for movies to play in my film festival, just like scouring the internet for like young emerging Black filmmakers to put in my festival.
Wow. See, she's trying to tell y'all who she is. And okay, anyway, let's keep going. Okay. What is your, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. If you could eliminate one thing from daily routine, what would it be?
Cleaning up my bloody house. I hate it.
Ooh, me too. I'm just get a maid.
I just don't. I tell you,
I'm telling
that's
you.
the only thing I need in my
What-
life. That's
right.
what's missing. That's what's missing.
What's the one thing you can never live without?
My family, my husband, and my daughter. I can't even remember life before them.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Y'all watching? That's real love.
Yeah,
That's
Real
Yes.
love. I know that's right.
What is your real favorite movie?
Apocalypto. I don't tell people that because it's so violent and crazy, and they think I'm nuts.
It's good though.
But
good.
something about
I
that
like
story, and then like running through the forest, I just can't walk away from the TV when it's on. I don't know what it is.
It's good. I like
Maybe
that.
in a prior life, I was
Right.
like a Native American living in
Right.
the forest or something. I don't know.
That's my family.
Yes.
Right. Cheeseburgers or fruit?
Honestly,
Honestly, girl.
cheeseburgers.
Thank you. Me too.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's not front.
Yes.
Harold's or Uncle Remus?
I don't even know what Uncle Remus is.
Really? West Side chicken.
Yeah, I'm not
It's really
familiar
good,
with
the
that. I'm
sauce.
sorry.
I know we Southside.
I know. Right.
I tried it. I was like, ooh, the sauce. Give me the sauce. That's all I need.
Mhm.
If you had the choice to be invisible or be able to fly for one day, which would it be?
I'd be invisible, and then I'd figure out where all the money is and take it.
Yep, yep.
Right?
If
I like
yep,
that.
yep, I'm
I like
with you. If you could visit any place in the world, where would it be?
I would go to the pyramids of Egypt. They seem very interesting.
Yeah.
Right. But it's expensive to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You'll
that's where
make
I
it there.
would go.
I can see. Make sure I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Let's
Yes. Last question. You ready?
do it. Yes, ma'am.
If you can make any prediction about anything exactly 1 year from now, what would it be?
Am I allowed to make a political statement?
However, whatever you want to do, girl.
I think that we will have our first female president. And I'm not going to say who I think it'll be, but I think America will be ready for a female president.
Come on. It might just be Michelle Kennedy.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Awesome. You
She
did
did
good.
good.
I didn't even.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to hit it just as
Just
it's
go
I
hit
was
it.
just so excited.
No, it's okay.
So if you're just tuning in, we have the beautiful Michelle Kennedy. She passed all her answers, her
Yeah.
questions. She did it. She good, y'all. She good.
Cute. It was okay.
So tell our listeners and our viewers who's watching on Facebook Live, who is Michelle Kennedy?
So Michelle Kennedy is a Southside native who is the founder, producer, and executive director of the Chicago Southside Film Festival. Okay, so get this. Before we were founded in 2017, there were about 100 film festivals in the Chicago metropolitan area. Some of them go on for like a month and have multi-million-dollar budget. Some of them are just like an afternoon of movies, like in a church or community center, but none of them were on the south side of Chicago.
Wow.
Not one, none of the universities, churches, colleges, schools, nothing. You had to go downtown or to the north side to go to a film festival.
Really?
And I said, well, let's take a chance and try something. And so we just finished our third year, and we're growing, and it's fun. It's hard, but it's fun. And I feel like the South Side deserves as much high quality arts and culture
Definitely.
as it can get. And there's definitely demand for it.
Wow. So what happens at these festivals?
Well, so a film festival basically just has three elements. You need an audience, a venue, and some films, right? And the whole point of a film festival, the objective as a film festival, is to put movies on the screen that you're not going to see on Netflix, that you're not going to see on Showtime, that you're not going to see it in AMC. It's really to give an opportunity for emerging filmmakers to get their films in front of an audience, get feedback, get public exposure, get social media exposure to advance their careers. There are a lot of filmmakers in the South Side, like a lot of them go to like Columbia College and Loyola, the local colleges. And nobody at these other film festivals was checking for them at all.
Wow.
Period. They would put all their heart and soul into these films and then submit them to festivals and get 100% no's. And it's awful. And so typically they ended up moving to New York, moving to Los Angeles, moving to Atlanta because they felt like nobody here appreciated them. There were no vehicles for them to, get exposure. And so that's really one of the main reasons why we founded the festival. Because we was like, I would meet all these filmmakers who literally were like, yeah, I've made 3 movies. I've never been in a festival.
Wow.
And I was like, well, we're going to do something about that. So we are like this year we screened 14 films. 12 of them were made by Southside filmmakers.
That's amazing.
You'd be amazed.
Hidden talent.
Hidden talent. So we're just blessed. We're just blessed, and we just enjoy helping them accelerate their careers and live up to their full potential and
definitely
other people from the South Side.
So how would one be able to do that, to get their film into the film festival?
So I'd say 75% of the films that we screen come to us through this website called filmfreeway.com. It's sort of like a marketplace for filmmakers and film festivals, literally film festivals. We register and we make a list of all the different types of films that we're looking for our festival. And we put a date, like this is when we'll start accepting submissions. This is the cutoff. And then that request for submissions goes out to, the 300,000-400,000 filmmakers that are registered on the site. And it's filmmakers all over the world.
Right.
So if you're listening, if you're a filmmaker, if you know a filmmaker, tell them it's free. Register on set up an account on filmfreeway.com, and they'll get notifications for all type of film festivals, including the Chicago Southside Film Festival. Now, 25% of the films we screen, they come through word of mouth. Somebody will send us a link on social media. We'll be at another festival and see something that we really like and approach the filmmaker. But the best way to make sure that everybody on my team gets a chance to evaluate your film is to go to filmfreeway.com, because everybody on the staff, we all look at it and we all make a decision based on, what we think would fit, what we'd like. So really it's filmfreeway.com.
Okay, so I have a question in regards to the film when you guys are screening it. Does the film have to be completely done, or can you see trailers and have the manuscript? Like, what is it specifically you need?
So we will take anything that's 5 minutes or longer. We will take a work in progress. We have done web series. We've done animation. We have done music videos. We We like documentaries. We will take, we take stuff that is not really classifiable. It might be very abstract, experimental, and have people scratching their heads saying, I like it. I don't know what it is, but I like it. But we are open to everything. We also do a lot of vintage movies, vintage Black movies. Yes. Our first year, we did a 20-year anniversary screening of Love Jones.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Everybody loves Love Jones, and it was made on the Southside. We did a 30-year anniversary screening of Coming to America and had people dressed like the Royal Court of Zamunda. What? We did a 35-year anniversary screening of Beach Street, and we had on like our, acid wash jeans and the big earrings. So we do a little cosplay. We really just want to sort of create something new and unique on the South Side. So it's just fun. Wow. It's a mixture of fun, vintage movies and stuff that literally has never been on the screen before, but which is very good and very important.
Definitely. I love that you guys are giving people a chance because like you said, people are trying to get in and then they just move. And it's like, if your own people, your own community won't support, then, why would you think,
Exactly. And it's just like, people in your community, they might not know about you. So they literally they have no idea that somebody on their block is making these wonderful films. Exactly. So we really try to bring Southside audience members who are interested in film, who are willing to take a chance and see something they've never seen before. We want to get them in front of these screens with these young people who are really putting their hearts and souls into their craft so that we on the South Side can enjoy and nourish each other. You should not have to wait for somebody downtown to give you a call and give you an opportunity. Not in 2019.
Exactly.
Not in 2019.
So before we keep going, I want to give out our number. If you have a question for Ms. Kennedy, it's 708-223-8953. If you have a question, you can give us a call at 708-223-8953. Go ahead, Crystal, because your wheels are turning.
You know it is. So what are the other companies? What are they looking for when they're denying the people that you guys take? What are they looking for?
Typically, they're looking for mainstream narratives. And unfortunately, it's a harsh word, but they ghettoize the Black filmmakers. It's urban, it's ghetto, it's a little rough. People are cursing. Maybe there's violence. Maybe there's some music they're not familiar with, but it just doesn't fit what's considered tasteful or important by a lot of these film festival programmers who have never been to the South Side. A lot of them, they have an MFA from Yale and this and that. And so, there's some intellectual snobbery to a certain extent. And they're just these cultural barriers. So what to us looks organic and makes a lot of sense and exciting to them just looks like a rap video, sadly.
Wow.
And that's some of the feedback that they have gotten. People are like, this is just a rap video. This is not a real serious film.
Wow. But then as you say that, I think of some of the movies that are out there and it's like, oh my God, this is on TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay for certain things to be on mainstream.
And so you look at your gatekeepers, the people who determine who gets ahead and who doesn't in the media. And it's just all over the place. There are not a lot of people that look like us, although there are a critical mass of them who support our festival. But it's just like, we just have to do this for ourselves, for these young people. Definitely. We got to do it, especially if we want to keep them in Chicago. Everybody doesn't want to go to LA or New York.
You're right. And it's a lot of things on social media where people are doing a little series or the little skits or whatever. And it's really good.
It's great stuff. Last year, we did 3 web series. We did 3-4 episodes, all by Black women who all live in LA, who are struggling in the movie industry, but they take the time and they made these really, really cute web series. And it's just like people in the audience were like, wow, like this is better than a lot of the TV shows that are out right now. So thankfully, one of them now got picked up by The Root. She's a writer for The Root. Tanja Stidham. Another lady just sold something to some distributor. I'm not sure. But, their exposure through our film festival helped them. It helped them get out into the world and let people know we are just as smart. We're just as talented and we create stuff that's important.
Definitely. So we have somebody who may be listening right now, who's watching.
Be encouraged. Don't seriously know that there are people out here who have your success and your interest at heart. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm a banker, right? So I didn't create this to play my own movies. I'm a banker. But I recognize the value of media representation. And so I know that the only way that African Americans and people from the Southside are really going to reach their full potential is early exposure. They got to get out there early, even maybe while you're still in school, and make an impact and get the attention that you need. And Sundance isn't doing it. The Cal isn't doing it. Tribeca's not doing it. So we got to do it for ourselves. And fortunately, there are about 24 sort of like small, independent Black film festivals, Philadelphia, Charlotte, DC. There are a few in Atlanta that have the same objective. So it's kind of like a little circuit. Right. So a lot of us are playing the same movies, but it's making a difference in the industry.
Definitely. So when it's been established since 2017. Mm-hmm. So a few years.
Yeah, 3
right?
years. Yep.
So you have a few years. What are some of your do's and don'ts that you would tell someone?
I would tell people submit early. Don't wait until the week before the festival and say, my movie, you got to see this movie. Can I put it in? Like, the earlier that, as soon as you finish the movie, reach out to us. Another do is to understand how to use your own social media platforms effectively. Definitely. A lot of people feel like Instagram it's a waste of time. And then also, I think it's an age thing. I'm 45 and I didn't start using Instagram or Twitter until I started the festival. And so if you have not mastered social media, that goes hand in hand with being a filmmaker. You cannot just make a good movie and sit back and wait for people. You got to learn how to effectively promote yourself on social media. That's a key. And the filmmakers that do it are the filmmakers that end up getting deals.
And that's what we try to tell our youth that we speak to. Don't use social media just as a platform to share your bodies. No, like it's
think
actual
of it as a business.
Definitely.
A resume.
Yes. Like it literally is. It's your introduction to the world.
Exactly.
It's your live resume for the world. So so you can put little silly stuff on there, what have you, but really think about your ultimate goal. Okay, it's like, I'm a filmmaker. I want Ryan Coogler, to see my film. And I want this person to see my film. Okay, so you have to orient your social media towards that. Don't be on there cursing people out, picking fights, being mean, being petty. Save that.
Right.
Save that. Put your best face forward. Always be the best version of yourself in social media because it counts. Definitely. And you might literally, I have seen filmmakers, brilliant, absolutely good, but they just put the most sour, unpleasant, complaining, passive aggressive stuff on social media. And people are like, I don't want to work with her.
Right.
She seems difficult. If we have an issue, if we have a dispute, I'm worried that she's going to get on social media and air me out.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of giving me the opportunity, right, to come to the table together. So be very, very mindful of what the world sees in your social media.
And it's funny you said that. We just had this conversation. Someone brought out something and we was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Let's do some more research. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Curses. I was just like,
why are you doing this?
It's a turn off.
It takes you away from the art that we were looking at, the creativity. It took us all away from all of that. It was like, nah, we can't work with her.
People don't realize that. So, the thing about social media is you're doing it, while you're walking around your house in your pajamas. So you may be in an informal setting, but you cannot have an informal approach to it. You have to take a formal approach to it. It's not casual, like it's very, very serious. So I tell people this is a formal, treat it like something formal, treat it like you're going to the prom,
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
The social media is you at your best. Mm-hmm. And if you're acting a fool, somebody is going to keep swiping.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to miss out on.
You're right.
And you never know what big name is just going to scroll down your page. Because they'll scroll down in a minute.
You have no idea who we found out after the festival. It's just like, this person is looking, that person from this, from this streaming service is looking, and this person, sends you something on LinkedIn. Oh, I think it's great. I was at so-and-so. You just don't know.
Never know.
You never know. So my staff, they had to get on me because I would be there in jeans and a t-shirt. And like my little millennial production assistants, they're just like, you got to dress up. You
Mhm.
got to be Instagram ready. So like,
this you ready today?
Like,
My favorite color.
but it's just like a
Always be
mentality. So
ready.
they taught me. It's like, oh no, somebody's always somewhere with the camera.
Exactly.
So always be ready.
Mhm.
So that I'd say that's the biggest lesson that people should take.
Definitely. So if you guys are just tuning in, we have Michelle Kennedy here. We're talking about the film festival, and this is their
Southside
third
Film
year, the
Festival.
Southside Film
Mhm.
Festival. Let me be specific. This is the third year, so it already happened.
It already happened. We went from September 27th to October 6th. We started out with a party with Chosen Few house music DJs.
Oh,
Because they're-
missed it, Crystal.
Because they're celebrating 35 years of creating the first house music record
Wow.
with Jesse Saunders. And then the Friday after that, we did a 35-year anniversary screening of Beach Street. So it's just like, if you think about it, you got house music in Chicago, hip hop in New York, kind of roughly developing it around the same time. So we really explored that. And then we ended the festival on October 6th with some original programming from TV1.
wow.
TV1 heard about what we were doing, and they sponsored us, and they came and brought a couple of TV shows and short films that they just kind of wanted to test in front of an audience. So we had a very diverse variety of things that we were doing. So it is over, but we'll be back in 2020, and I'm already, looking at movies.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
right. How often does it happen? So once a year.
Every year, the last weekend of September and the first weekend of October.
Okay.
So that for that like 10-day period, we try to do as much as possible.
So people can send in movies and films, everything now.
That's what I said. Start
Okay.
now. Do not wait. Like literally, I saw a documentary about Chicago and redlining how hard it was for Black people to buy houses on the South Side in the 40s and 50s. I reached out to the filmmakers, like, I want you in my festival next year. And he was like, okay.
Wow.
So already, we're committing, we're making decisions.
So if someone has a manuscript and it's not on film, on camera
Mhm.
yet, but it will be, could they do that as well?
They
Send the
should
manuscript.
get it as far as they can and then bring it in. But something else that we do, like we have these seminars and classes and events for like filmmakers. This year we had like a movie and TV show pitch contest. We had like 40 people that formally they had like a 5-minute pitch opportunity. It's like, I was one of 3 judges. You get in front of us, you talk about your concept, you show us a PowerPoint deck. We had people rapping, dancing, whatever. We're going to do a screenplay seminar. We're going to do a seminar on microfinance, how to make a movie for $500. So in addition to screening films, we have these little workshops and things for people. If it's like, let's say you have a script, how do you make sure that nobody copies it? How do you get trademark and copyright? So that's something that you can come to the festival and learn.
And that's something important to know, because a lot of people be copying these days.
Oh my God, your
wait
idea,
a minute.
your idea is your money. That's what you're going to monetize.
Yeah, and you can't put it out there for everybody to know. If that's your baby, wait till it flourish, and
You need a trademark, you need a
Yes.
copyright, you need non-disclosure agreements, you need people to sign waivers, you need to keep track of who got it,
Mhm.
right? You need to let them know, I will sue you if any of these elements pop up in your future work. So you got to be serious.
Serious. It's the business side. It's good to have the creative side, but you have to also know the business side.
And that's one of the things that we just started with our like seminars and training sessions this year for these young filmmakers. It's like, keep your money, get your money and keep it.
Yes.
You're right. So I want to go back to this. You said, so at the film festival, you have workshops happening there there as well?
Well, we have workshops during the 10-day period. We don't really, most of our screenings are at the Studio Movie Grill Theater on 87th near the Dan Ryan.
Okay.
But actually this year we work with a group that has office space in Cinescape Studios where they film Empire and Chicago PD. So they let us use their office space for the pitch, and they've already come to us. We're going to work with them next year. So we also are sponsored by IIT, the Illinois Institute of Technology. So they let us use their facilities. So we might do some classes there as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is
A lot of
amazing.
good
That's
partnerships.
exciting.
I know.
We're excited for you. I'm about
We
to go
gotta
write a
talk after
movie
this.
real
Do
quick.
it. I'm gonna tell you
Look.
something. Do it. Like it's never been easier with all these phones and cameras and social media and streaming. Like it's never been easier to get your content out into the world. I tell people, do it. do it.
Go
Try
for
it
it.
out.
Not
You never
only
know.
movies, but videos,
web series, music videos. I'm looking for documentaries. I really am interested in documentaries, especially with Southside phenomenon or history, what have you, as a topic, because that's, people really are not reading books anymore. They get their information from documentaries, especially historical documentaries. So we're always sort of digging through, what's out in the world regarding like new documentaries. And we do old documentaries. We did Hoop Dreams. We brought Hoop Dreams back on screen. So we're just, we really try to be Southside specific in our content. We don't really care how old it is, but we want it just to be good and relevant
content.
That's exciting.
Thank you.
So we were so happy that you came to tour to be on a radio show with us. I know we do, but tell the listeners, the viewers, how they can contact you in regards to submitting videos, how they can find you on Instagram, social media, any information.
Okay, so on Instagram, we're Southside Film Fest. But you can go to our website, southsidefilmfest.org. And you can go to our the button that says contact, enter your name, email address, and send a message. And I respond to all messages within 24 hours. Awesome. So even if I can't give you what you want, I will say, hey, I got your message. Give me a day, or I'll refer you to somebody else. But start with our website. We're on Facebook, Southside Film Fest. We're on Twitter. Like, we're on everything, I think, except Snapchat or something. I have my millennials that work for me, but they did teach me Instagram. Okay. So I post everything on Instagram. So if you DM us on Instagram, I know I had to learn that. I will respond because we just try to be accessible.
Definitely.
And at this point, we're not so big that, I have 50 staff members and this and that. It's just like 6 of us. So if you just go to southsidefilmfest.org or any of our social media accounts, you're going to get a response within 24 hours.
Awesome. So we're going to make sure we share your information. And we're excited for you. We pray that it continues to elevate bigger and bigger than you can even imagine. So we thank you for coming to the
come back. You have to come back. Bring your whole team.
I will.
Yes, definitely.
Bring everybody. And you know what? Yes. Maybe next time I come, maybe I can get one of these young filmmakers to come and talk about their vision and what drives them. So that's what I'll do next time. Set that up. That's what I'll do next time.
Set it up. Yes. So if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you go follow Michelle Kennedy. We'll tag her information. Southside Film Festival. You know what I mean. I'm just saying, I'm gonna tag the information so you guys can follow her and support. So we're gonna take a very quick music break and we're gonna bring out our next VIP guest. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you share. I will love you anyway. Even if you cannot, even if you cannot stay, even if you cannot, even if you cannot stay. I think you are the one. I think you are the one for me. Here's where you ought to be. Here's where you ought to be. I just want to satisfy you. 'Cause you're not mine, can't deny it. Know you hear me talking, babe. Love me now or I'll go crazy. Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? I will love you anyway. I will love you anyway. I will love you anyway. I wish you were my love. I wish you were my love. I wish you were my lover. But you act so undercover. Let me share my whole Let me share my whole life long. To be right or be wrong. I'm only what you make me, baby. I'm only what you make me, baby. Don't walk away, don't be so shady. Want your man, don't want your money. These words I say, they may sound funny, but oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? I will love you anyway. I will love you anyway. I will love you anyway. I will love you
wish you well, la 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 la. I will love you anyway. I will love you anyway.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Carice.
And Crystal.
AKA
Millen Twins.
So if you're just tuning in, you are tuning in to the
Millen Twins Highlights Movement Show on IntellectualRadio.com. DJ Crystal's back in the building.
She's in the studio.
So if you guys are just tuning in, we had some very, 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 very special guests on tonight. We just had Miss Michelle Kennedy. If you don't know who this right here, this celebrity in the middle.
Yes.
You know, let me move back.
We have Miss Azeezah in the building, y'all. Beautiful voice. Talking about make you go in. We went to, what event was that this summer?
The big hats. We got awarded.
No. It was another event she was singing.
Oh, the House of
Had me
House
get out
of
my
Hope.
seat. Like, yes, let's
House
go.
of Hope.
It was good. It was good. Yes.
So welcome to the Millen
you.
Twins Highlights Movement Show.
I'm so glad to be here. These two are beautiful.
Oh.
They're amazing. I just want you guys to know that.
Thank
Of course,
you.
you guys were awarded for the Wearing Big Hat show.
Yes.
And they're doing wonderful work in the community.
Thank you.
Just want to say that. Put that out
Appreciate it. You're
Yeah.
pretty
Thank you
too,
so much.
girl. You know.
Thank
But look, let's see. Let me show you this stuff.
there. Okay.
We play this game called 2020.
Okay.
It's 20 random, just fun questions.
Okay.
Right? It's just a little icebreaker. Then we're gonna get into the deep conversation. Okay. You ready?
2020 with the Millen Twins, right here on IntellectualRadio.com.
All right, let's go. You ready? Don't be cheating over here. Everybody always cheating on my paper. I'm gonna have to start remembering.
You write like a
memorizing.
kindergarten. Look
I
how
know.
big you
I
write.
do write big. All right, let's go. How do you describe yourself in 3 words?
Wow. Definitely loving and passionate. A go-getter. Yeah, probably those 3
Okay. Eyelashes or eyebrows?
in terms of fake or
Do whatever you.
neither one actually. I don't do well with fake,
Me
honestly.
either.
Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that one. I pretty
Make
much
sure my
do my
eyebrows
own eyebrows and eyelashes, and I've got allergies sometimes about
Me
me, so I
too.
don't do well with lashes. Just keep it
Me
real.
either. I be just taking it off. Soon as that
Soon as we
picture's
leave
gone.
an event.
Yeah.
We can't wait to
It's
take
off.
these off.
Who do you look up to the most?
Wow, I've got many people, depending on what it is in terms of the category. But I would say that Muhammad Ali is just one of my all-time favorites, just in terms of his
Wow.
character and the decisions that he made in his life that were more important to him than the fame and the glory. And it was for the sake of a people. And so he'll always be dear to my heart, and just his drive and so much about Muhammad Ali I love.
Definitely,
That's
definitely. Netflix and chill or movie night?
Let me see. Kind of Netflix and chill, I think.
In your
Kind of over the
pajamas.
movie night thing.
Yeah.
I used to do the movie thing a lot, but just kind of want to be in my own zone, in my own space.
Definitely.
You know, with my shoes off and
It's
just
comfortable.
kicking it. Yeah.
So at a movie, well, we know you don't like movies, but at a movie,
I love
popcorn or candy?
Popcorn.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you had 1 extra hour of free time, how would you use it?
Probably sleep.
Me too.
That's all. I just want to
Me
nap.
too. As soon as that alarm go off, I'll be like, Lord, I just went to sleep.
Probably sleep or catch up on some reading.
Yes. Loyal friend or rich friend?
Loyal.
Okay.
Not moved by money too much. I like loyalty.
Definitely.
What song best describes your life?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm every woman.
Yes.
It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally.
Whoa, whoa. I know. Look, everybody go get it. Come on. You can buy an album in stores next weekend. Money or free time?
Free time.
Okay. If you had to be handcuffed to one person for an entire month, who would it be with?
Oh, nobody.
I'm sorry. You can stick with nobody because I say nobody too.
Nobody on that one.
What do you find yourself doing a lot these days?
becoming more organized based on all that I have on my plate. That's like my priority right now. Get things more organized for the sake of my own success.
Would you rather have more time or more money?
So she asked me
I
that,
did
and I
ask
said,
money or free time.
I did take some money too, though.
I mean,
but
she
do
stole
like
my
some free
question.
time.
That's what
Did I? Sorry.
I think I do need to kind of revamp that answer, though, because based on all this on my plate right now, and I need funding for stuff. maybe money is the
Exactly.
answer.
You're
Right.
right. So glad you brought that
Right.
back,
Yes, that's
Crystal.
twice. Okay.
Yes. What's the one thing you can never live without?
Oh, my peace.
Come on, tell me about
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone for a week?
Probably without my phone. I'm actually not a big phone person. Yeah.
I know a lot of people
Get a
don't
little
need to be
irritated by the phone at
I know.
times.
You're like,
I
turn it off.
Yes.
And then your iPad rings. You're like, oh, I can't get
Everything's
away.
ringing.
Right. Cheeseburgers or fruit?
Fruit.
Okay. Chris, the last question.
If you can make any prediction about anything exactly 1 year from now, what would it be about anything?
I predict and I know that I will be stronger, wiser, more peaceful,
Yes.
and happier. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking to existence. I know
Yes,
that's
yeah.
right.
All right, so I made it. I didn't even use my buzzer. I could have. They just got us a buzzer. So I'm like excited when I push it, like, hey. All right. So if you guys are just tuning in, we have Azeezah Lisa here with us.
Yeah.
So can you tell our listeners, our viewers, who you are?
I would say in a one-word summation, I am a creative. I love to write. I love to sing. I love to bake. I love to do a lot of things. I'm an entrepreneur, have been since I was a little girl. Get that honestly from my grandfather. And that's the only way I know. I'm busy. I'm all over the place and always have been. And I wouldn't know life any other way, but I'm definitely a creative. So as far as saying I'm a singer, or I'm a writer, I can't really categorize it other than just to say I have creative thoughts all the time that God blesses me with. Like it just comes out of nowhere. Sometimes I may wake up at 2 a.m. and start writing a script.
Yeah.
Hence, Miss Kennedy.
Connection. I'm telling you.
Right?
You'll
I
line it
got
up.
I got some stuff in the pocket they don't know about yet. Yes. But it just comes, and I don't take credit for that because sometimes I just wonder. I'm like, where did that come from? Just like, wow. And sometimes the thought just goes from one place to the next, and in its entirety. And sometimes it's just a simple thought, and I build on it at another time. But I just allow life to be whatever it is, and everything to come when it's supposed to come.
Yeah, it's funny that you say. As for my sister and I, that's when like God speaks to us in the middle of the night. Like he wake us up every morning. I wake up at 4 and I'm right. I have like a whole journal just full of things and vision. And it's like, okay, God can't speak to you if you're at work or just always loud. And it's like, as soon as you go to sleep, it's just like peace of mind. And then he's just coming like, oh, you're right. And he answered me so quick. My mom always tell me, God always answering your questions. Ask him for me. But no, that's true. Like if you actually want God to speak to you, you have to either be asleep for myself or like get in your prayer closet or something and just get somewhere quiet so he can speak to you. So that's funny that you said that.
Listen, you made a great point. And I say this to just people I know and people that are just trying to find themselves. God is within us.
Yes.
And a lot of times we silence that because there's so much going on around us.
Right.
Phone, internet, conversations, television going.
Yes.
People don't realize, but I love complete silence. Like when I'm in my house, there's nothing on. I don't want to hear the TV. I don't want to hear the radio. I don't want to hear any of that because I want to get into my own thought. And I'm only able to tap into that when there's silence. So when they say silence is golden, it truly is. And that's why when you ask me the question about peace, my peace of mind is everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I love how you express or explain what a creative is, because it's a lot of people who's tapping into it but don't know how to focus on it, or they feel maybe that is chaotic, but they have to you have to realize as a creative, you're going to be pulled in different ways because God is giving you so many visions, but because he's giving it to you, he's going to line it up the way it's supposed to be lined up. So my question is to you, how do you balance everything?
Oh, wow. That has just come with time. And just shout out to my advisor at Chicago State, who's passed away now, Mr. Devin Washington. But I remember sharing so much with him. I went to school for television and radio and communications degree. And my mind, I was all over the place. Oh my God, I was all over the place. I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Every week I had a new idea and we were doing something different. And as exciting as it is, one thing that's important to tame as a creative is kind of which direction you're going in at that time.
Right.
And then a lot of the things that I do, I knew would mesh together at some point. I couldn't see it, but I could feel it. And he always told me, it's going to come together. Like I'm seeing where your vision is, where you're going with different things. And a lot of them actually intertwine and I could feel them, but it just, and so now things are starting to come together, but it took time and it took, letting go of the frustration and just letting things be.
Just let it flow.
Definitely. And I think we just have to let go of the control because we want to control everything or we want to know what the next thing is. But I always tell my sister, if it doesn't scare us, the dream is not big enough. It's not big enough. So we got to keep pushing ourselves and keep motivating ourselves because like we said, we believe in God. I don't care what people say, what they think, but I believe that he has my sister and I here for a reason. For a reason. He has you here for a reason. You have a beautiful voice. Ever since we met you, we were just like, we got to meet her. We got to meet her. I remember, Lisa, who is she? We got to meet her. But it's great to be in the presence of people where you can feel the light of God through them and like-minded. And we look up to what you're doing. And even you have the big hats. We were awarded last year. That was like the most amazing event. It's empowering. It's empowering. So how did the big hats come about?
Wow. So, the big hats came about, first of all, as a result of my daughter and I talking. Well, let me go back even further than that. I have to because it stems from so many different places. So I had a web series called Turn Up Life, which we're actually going to revamp.
Exciting.
Turn Up Life, which was all about, taking everything you do in life to the next level. So not turn up, but turn up in your own life.
Exactly.
That's the concept behind it. And during that time, we had different segments going, and I wanted to do a segment where we were talking about people doing work in the community. And at that time, another shout out to someone else who's passed away, Dr. Kwesi Ronald Harris, who used to be over the African American Studies program at Chicago State University. I had a radio show, Chicago State, under Troy Tyler and Herb Kent. And he and I talked about doing something together where we did a segment called The Uplift. So at the end of each radio show, we would just give inspirational words and information about our history, because our children really aren't taught that.
Right.
So that thought went way back then, which was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And then when I started doing everything with the web series, I wanted to have a segment where we were bringing people on that were doing work in the community. So we actually filmed a couple of things and we never aired them. So it was kind of laying dormant. And then my daughter and I did something for my grandmother. And so my grandmother's 98 years old now.
Wow.
And my grandmother and aunt have always done tea parties. I grew up, tea parties and hats and the whole nine. And my daughter had been doing something in Atlanta when she lived in Atlanta that she started with her friends where they were wearing hats and having a tea party. And so we decided to give a tea party for my grandmother, invite the family. And so me being the creative that I am with more structure, I'm like, okay, let's have some words of wisdom from the elders that are there. It's got to have a name. I'm thinking of the whole thing. It can't just be family getting together.
Right.
So I'm brainstorming, and out of nowhere, this theme, wearing big hats, come together, because all the women in my family love hats. They wear hats. And so I'm like, wearing big hats. So we did the event for my grandmother, and a couple of years passed, and my daughter and I had talked about doing something else with it, doing another one. We never did, things just kind of passed by. And so I was looking at television just last winter and saw Miss Candace Payne, who gave her money to buy hotel rooms for the homeless.
Right.
Doing cold weather, right? And I'm like, wow, this idea has just been laying dormant for so long. And that wearing big hats concept actually speaks to everything I've already been doing with recognizing people in the community that are wearing big hats.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, do something with this. So I just began writing. And before you know it, from December on, I was in the brainstorming mode of just putting all this together, making it a fashion show, event, award ceremony to recognize people with non-for-profits and philanthropists in the community. So it just kind of came, all full head, full head, or whatever the word is.
Right.
But it all came together
Yes.
eventually, and out of nowhere, and I had no money to do any of this.
That's how it
Really,
is.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But it was just like, we've got to do this. Like, take it from the web series and the couple of episodes that you shot and the interviews, and make it a lot broader. And it's not just about the women in my family wearing big hats, which a lot of them wore many hats and big hats in so many ways, and keeping our family together. But it's about those of us that, are wearing many hats in our own lives, and even going further and digging deeper, those who not only balance the many hats in their own lives, but their heart and their passion is to help other people in the community, strengthen the community, and uplift others. So want to give recognition to them, because they are unsung heroes and sheroes that really help to build our communities.
Definitely.
So tell us about the event that's coming up October 27th.
So October 27th, which is right around the corner, this show will be a winter fashion show. What we did in the spring was a fashion show award show. So literally recognized 8 different non-for-profit organizations, 2 philanthropists, and Dr. Margaret Burroughs, who's over at DuSable Museum, who passed away, of course. So that's our Trailblazer Award. And that was specifically to recognize. And so as I'm going through the summer, I'm like, wow, like I want to do more than just give an award. I want to help support, because a lot of non-for-profits are actually really dependent on funding and grants. And if they don't have those, they can't continue their work.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, let's do something and raise money for them. And I wanted to incorporate males in it, because we did in the spring. And to be honest, there are a lot of, organizations that are headed by men.
Right.
And they deserve recognition as well. So I'm like, okay, let's make this one for men and women. And then as we transition back into the spring, have it to be a combination of women and men that head non-for-profits, and recognize all of them. But this one here is to raise funds. So we'll put all the names in a big hat. I have nothing to do with it. And
You hear it now.
We're going
Put
to
it in
have
a big
somebody
hat.
from the audience literally pull a name, and whichever organization we pull, we're going to donate funds. Whatever we, come up with, we're going to donate funds. Hopefully we will raise more than what I expect, to where we can pull more.
Yes.
You
definitely will.
I love that. I love that you're incorporating the men, because a lot of men we contact, they were like, you guys don't do nothing for men. And I'm like, well, you technically can. I guess our followers are more women, so I love how you're incorporating men, because there are a lot of great men who are out here who are doing great things.
Yes.
Great things.
So how can people purchase tickets?
So first of all, they can go to wearingbighats.com, and they can see pics and footage from the spring show to see what we're all about. They'll see pictures and of the honorees on the website, and just really see that, this is the work. This is our aim. This is our purpose, is to do this. And the Eventbrite link will be right on the page, so they can click on that and purchase tickets. There is a VIP segment, a pre-show reception for VIP only, so they won't be confused, from 4 to 5. And of course, those tickets cost a little more, and that's going to include hors d'oeuvres and live music. And then at 5:30, the fashion show is, of course, open to everyone, VIP and general admission tickets.
Awesome.
This will be taking place at the Atrium.
At the Atrium in Country Club Hills on 183rd. Beautiful facility.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Awesome. So you guys, you have to make sure you support. Carissa and I are going to buy our tickets tonight so that we can attend. It's the coats, capes, hats, and winter. I can't wait. I love.
These two
I
already
love.
have tickets. They were awarded.
Well, we're going to
in the spring.
donate. We're donating.
So if we can donate, you all can donate. Let's donate to a good cause and to support these nonprofit organizations. And
are you going to have vendors there this time too?
Oh,
look, we were shopping last year. Every time we see a vendor, we're supporting. We're supporting. Oh my gosh. Woo, we got some cookies too.
You know I had to bring cookies.
Yes. Talk about these cookies.
Yeah, the name of my baking company is Sweet Love. And actually, I help to manage an ice cream shop, homemade ice cream at 47th and Wabash, Sean Michelle's, that carries my cookies and my pound cake. Ain't She Sweet Cafe carries my cookies. Home of the Hoagie carries my pound cakes.
Really?
So I've been baking since I was a little girl. And this is another one of my passions.
Yes.
Probably will never stop baking. Actually, I do my best writing when I'm in my zone in the kitchen.
Wow, that's amazing.
So these are just cookies that I bought.
I'm going to buy these
For the staff. These are treats and gifts. So,
Look at it.
So is there a website they can purchase?
Yes.
Okay.
We're actually Sweet Love
Sweetlove.com.
Sweetlovecookiesandmore.com.
Sweetlovecookiesandmore.com. We'll make sure we'll tag all this information so you can not only you can buy your tickets for the show, you can buy you some cookies. They some Sweet Love butter cookies. That is my favorite. Won't God do it?
Too.
God knew I had tasted
He will
some
bring
butter
the right
cookies.
people
Won't
at
he
the
do
right
it?
time.
Won't he will? Yes, I love them.
Yes.
I love them. But we are excited for what you are doing.
Definitely.
We pray that you continue to move in your purpose and God continues to just make connections so you can start to profit as well. We do a lot of things by ourselves and we spend our own money, but we want to be able to be profit, but be wise and use wisdom while profiting so that we can continue to help others so God can get the glory.
Definitely.
So we thank you for blessing us
You
with
have
your
to come
presence.
back. But before you leave, can you give us a little short verse or something? I'm sorry, she got to sing.
Okay.
Just give us a short verse or something.
And before I even do that, so these two, I am, you are perfectly imperfect. When I found out about them and their name, the name just drew me. I'm like, I love that because none of us are perfect.
Right.
Forget about it.
Exactly.
Forget about it.
Don't look for
As long as you
it. Don't
try.
look for it.
The Photoshop and all of that. Just
Nobody's
be,
perfect.
know,
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to be.
At all.
And embrace it and laugh about it. When I make a
Exactly.
mistake, I laugh.
Yes.
You know, and you have to take that weight off of yourself. You don't owe anybody anything.
At all.
I'm saying I don't owe you anything.
Mhm.
If I trip and fall, if I say something wrong, it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm me.
Exactly. Exactly. We don't owe you nothing.
So, but these two, I mean, I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys because that's one of the reasons you were honored. I just think that's a powerful statement, and it's something to really a true message that the youth needs to hear.
Yeah.
So in whatever, area that you all can go into and however you can get that message out, I think that's an important statement for people to hear. So
Thank you.
Thank
we really
you for that.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I guess I'll end with resilience.
Yes. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a song that I have. You can go to YouTube and check it out. But it's all about a resilient spirit, a buoyant spirit, an undeniable spirit that just is able to transcend and make it through any situation. So resilient, that's what they call me. Thankful for that quality. So resilient, so strong. So resilient, so strong.
Yes. Come on.
Verse
Come
2.
on.
Keep going. No, I'm joking. We got to go, y'all. We got to
Right.
go. How can they follow you again? Social media information one more time.
Azeezah Lisa's on everything, and that's AZIZALISA. Azeezah.
Come on. She got her own jingle.
AzeezahLisa.com. That's my website. And of course, on all the social media. Yep.
Thank you all so much. Thank you to our beautiful guests on tonight. We pray that you all have a great weekend. Be safe. Stay warm in Chicago. We in Dubai. We'll fly back out, to Chicago tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you all be safe. We see you all next Friday.
We love you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
This is awesome.